class में. So in the last class we have discussed about what? In the last class we have discussed about the templates or generic class or generic functions. In today's class we will discuss about exception handling in C++. So before I start the class, what is the meaning of exception? Share the screen. Okay, exception in C++. What is the meaning of this word exception here? My computer screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anybody can tell me the meaning of this word exception? In English, what is the meaning of this word exception? Any idea?
अलग मतलब जो किसी को ना हो प्रॉपर्टी
Please repeat, Urvasi.
से अलग मतलब जो प्रॉपर्टी
एक्सेप्शन मीन्स जो कोई और किसी और को आइडिया है एक्सेप्शन वर्ड का मीनिंग क्या है? एक्सेप्शंस मीन्स होता है थोड़ा डिफरेंट, जो जनरली नहीं होता है उससे थोड़ा अलग. एक्सेप्शनली बेल मीन्स एक्सेप्शनली प्लेड बेल मीन्स जो जैसे खेलते उससे ज्यादा अच्छा खेला, मीन्स जो जनरली जैसा नहीं होता उससे हटके, मीन्स एक लीक से हटके जो चीज होती है उसको एक्सेप्शन बोलते हैं. जैसे बहुत सारी जो एक्सेप्शन होता है जनरली जो चीज नहीं होती है, जैसे आप बहुत सारे केमिस्ट्री में कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट है या किसी भी सब्जेक्ट में एक्सपेरिमेंट, उसमें एक्सेप्शन होते हैं, है ना. एक्सेप्शन सुने, साइंस में बहुत सारे एक्सेप्शन होते हैं, मीन्स जनरली वो चीज नहीं होती है. ठीक है. सो एक्सेप्शन इन C++ मीन्स जब हम प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं और रन करते हैं तो कुछ एरर आती हैं. ठीक है. ऐसी एरर जिसको हम प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं. when sometime we execute a program, then some problem can occur and we can predict, means we can say this kind of error can occur in this block of code, means in some of line of code you can predict may this line of code can produce error. You can easily before executing the program you predict this line of code can or may produce error. So after you predict you can predict the error, so how you can resolve? So there is some syntax, some keywords we can use in C++ to handle those kind of error which we can predict. No, in this line of code my program error can occur. So how we can resolve this error? So using exception handling we can handle that kind of exception or that kind of error in programming. Okay, so an exception is a problem that arises during the execution of a program. Okay, so how we can handle? So in our program, suppose for handling this error we use three keywords. Try. In the try block we write the code in which we can say in this line of code my in this line of code in my program that error can occur, means this is a error prone code, maybe error can occur, so we will write those code which can produce error, we write in this try block. And after this try, means suppose the error is occurred, you predict an error occurred, so you will throw the next word we will use or keyword we will use, throw. We throw error, means this kind of error occur in our program, so we will throw an error from our program. When we throw something, there is someone or something is available which catch your throw, so we use again a word catch. When error occur, this catch block catch block we will write the code. After once again, you predict in some line of code, in this line of code error can occur, so this line of code you will write enter this try block, and you will write a throw. When error occur, you will throw the error, and there is one catch block will catch this error and display the message. If there is no error occur, means your program is execute smoothly, there is no error occur, then the remaining code will execute, and your program has been completed successfully. If error occur, your catch block will execute and display the kind of error. Okay, so this is in this way we can handle the exception in our C++ program. Is it clear? Is it clear? Let's see these keywords, how we use this keyword. Okay, so how these three keywords are defined. Exception handling in C++ consists of three keywords: try, throw, and catch. The try statement or the try block allow you to define block of code to be tested for error while it is being executed. Means you are predicting this line of code may produce error. So those code we will write under the try block. And after the next keyword we use throw. The throw keyword throws an exception when a problem is detected. Means you predict in this line of code can error, so you predict. So after, if it is creating a problem, you will throw an error. Okay, after throwing error, the catch block, the catch statement allow you to define the block of code to be executed. Means you predict the error, you got the error, so the catch block will execute and tell the user this error is occurred, please improve your code or improve this line of code. Okay, so these three keywords we use in exception handling: try, throw, and catch. Try statement we use for defining the line of code where error can occur. Throw is the keyword we use after if the error is occurred which you predict, so throw something, and there is a catch statement which catch those error and display the message. Okay, always try and catch block comes in a pair. Means if you define some try block, if you define in your program there's a try block, and in this try block you written the line of code, after every try block you will write a catch block. Okay, so always this try and catch comes in a pair. I just written one very simple example or just simple syntax how we use this try, throw, and catch keywords. First I will write try and this line of code, this block. This is the opening block of try and this is the close. So under this try you will write the whole your code which is error prone block of code try, and if in this code there is an error, so you will throw an exception. This is throw is the keyword and which is throwing an exception, and after this if this block of code execute, means there is an error is produced, so it will jump to a catch block, and this catch block will run and it will display the message, what kind of message you want to display. Is it clear? If it is clear, you can unmute your mic and speak. Anyone? Those students who
समझा नहीं.
yes, please repeat, Vishal.
एक और बार आप बताइए ना.
Okay.
थोड़ा समझा नहीं है.
Okay, one minute. So I want to say exception means there is a problem can occur in some line of code in your program. You predict, you can say in this line of code in my program this line of code can error occur. Okay, so those line which you are predicting in this line of code error can occur, suppose, so those line you will write inside this try block. Write the try word and open curly braces and close curly braces. Inside this block you will write those lines. Okay, and if error is occur, throw keywords, throw statement will execute. Throw will throw a exception, and if this error is occurred, it will this throw keyword will execute, and it will redirect to a catch block, and this catch block will execute and produce a message. Okay, if in this line of code there is no error is occurring, means your all code line of code is very right is written, or there is no problem. So no throw statement will execute, and your program is completely executed successfully. Okay, no catch block will execute, no throw block will execute, means your whole code is fine. Okay, is it clear, Vishal, now?
Yes, sir, I clear.
So let's see one more example, and we'll clear your whole doubt. Please don't write attendance in chat box. I will not consider this attendance. Okay, I will consider attendance only when I just speak to write the attendance. Okay, those students who's writing the attendance, it will not be considerable. Okay, so this is the example, a very simple example. In this example, I just write my first keyword try, and this curly braces open and curly braces close. Under, sorry, this is not, 1 minute. This curly braces open and this curly braces close. This is the pair of, this is the block of code. Here I just enter the age. Just suppose age value is 15. Okay, age value is 15. If your age is greater than equals to 18, access granted, you are old enough. Okay, means your age is greater than or equals to 18, so access granted, you are old enough for something. Okay, then if your age is not 18-year-old, means you are less than 18, then this block of code will execute, and it will throw error. It means there's no age, is your age is not enough, so it will throw, this statement will execute, and it will throw your age. What is your current age? Is just 15 years mentioned here. Okay, so now if your age is 15, here as you can see, I've just initialized age value is 15, so this line of code will not execute because your age is not greater than or equals to 18. Else block execute, and it will throw age value is 15. So catch, if there is an throw execute, it will directly jump to catch block, and catch will catch the value of age in this variable mynum, and this message will print access denied, you must to be at least 18-year-old. This message will be displayed front of you, access denied, because your age is not 18, or you are must to be at least 18 year for this thing. Okay, and your age is displayed, your age is just 15 years. Okay, so in this way your code will execute. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? So let's write some practically write some code and see how this try, throw and catch block works. Okay, for this let's open our compiler and write the code. Okay, first include your header file iostream. Okay, then using name space standard and direct start with main method. In this main method I declare two variable a and b. Try keyword, inside this try keyword I will write the code which is error prone. Means in this program I just want to divide this a by b. Okay, in this I am writing a program to divide a by b, means division program. Okay, it will run if b value is not equals to 0. If your b means when you divide a number by 0, it will produce errors. Okay, when 5 by 2, it will give you result 2.5, or 10 by 2, it will give you 5. When you divide 10 by 0, what is the value? It will produce error. It's not defined. It's infinite value. Means in this line of code, when your value of b is 0, you are dividing a by b, and if b equals to 0, means it will produce error. You are dividing two numbers a by b, and if your denominator is 0, means it will produce error. It is not defined. This number is not defined. Okay, so you will check value of b. If value of b, means it will produce error. When your user entered an invalid value, means like value of b is 0, so the program will throw error or produce error. Since you can predict now, if value of b is entered by user is 0, your program will produce error. So how we can resolve? You will write the code in such a way it can. So let's first print the message front of user to enter two number. Enter any two numbers. Okay. This line of code will execute, and user will enter the number. You will read this number using scene A and in B. Okay. Now you will check B value is 0 or not. If B equals to 0, now you're checking. If value of B equals to 0, means the program will produce error. So throw statement will run, and it will throw some numbers, anything you can throw. Okay. In this line of code, I want to just check value of B. If value of B, you just throw error, means throw exception. So I've just tried throw 0, any number you can throw. And then if the B value is not 0, means B value is a valid number, user entered the correct value. So what you will do? Cout division is, you just write A divided by B. Okay. In this code, I just ask user to enter two numbers. If value of B is 0, throw error, means it will throw, your program will produce error. If Bhavesh, mute your mic. And if B value is not 0, this line of code will execute, and it will give you the result of A division B. Okay. Then if your program is throwing an error, you will catch those error in using catch block int x. I'm just writing int here because you are throwing a number. Number is integer, so I just write int into x variable. So what the value you throw, it will copy into x. What the value you throw, it will copy into this variable x. And you are throwing an integer number, so I just write int x. If suppose you are throwing, a character a, so I will write here char x. Okay, because the throwing exception is in form of character. If it is a float number, suppose you are throwing in a float number 5.5, so I have to write here float x, because the throwing exception is in the form of float. Okay, is it clear? Then what message you want to print front of user? If user enter the value of B is 0, division not possible. Division not possible. Okay. You will write division not possible and come out from your program like simple get ch. Okay. Again, I'm just repeating the code. Just include my header files using namespace standard, and declare two variable a and b. I just want to divide a by b, and in the try block I just ask user to enter two numbers. I just read this value a and b variable using cin. If the value of b, which is denominator value is 0, so throw error, means you just say there is an error. Error will occur when value of z value of b is 0. So if this value is 0, your directly your code will jump to catch block and it will write the division is not possible. If value of b is not 0, this statement will execute division is a by b, what you got. Okay, let's compile and run this code. Just give the name a and just now compile and see there's no error. You can run. After running, it is asking me to enter any two numbers. As suppose I just first number a is 10 and b is 5. It will give you 2. Division is 2. Now enter some value of b is 0. Let's see what happened. Value of a is just considered 12 and b is I'm entering now 0. So now it is terminating called after throwing an exception. Okay. Now it is terminating called after throwing an instance of double. Okay. It's producing error. Okay. Let's change this value to integer 0 and int. Now see. Now see. 12 and b value is 0. So now you can see division not possible because value of b is 0. You entered the value of b is 0, which is denominator, and when any number is divided by 0, it is not possible. Okay, so it's displaying a message division is not possible. Is it clear? Please respond if it is clear.
Yes.
Okay, Urvashi. Okay, thank you. So one more thing I want to discuss in this program. This line of code I used in program using namespace standard. Suppose I not write this line of code in a program and run this code or compile this code. So you can say this is producing some errors. Okay, as you can see, my screen I think is visible to all of you. Okay. So as you can see, this kind of error it is producing. Okay, cout, cin, and these are not defined. Okay, if I not use this line, okay, so when I just use this line, my program is compiled or everything is correct. Okay, suppose I do not want to use this line, so I have to write these cout and cin is a standard. It is the object of standard class. So you have to write here std colon colon. If you remember, when this is a scope operator, you are saying this cout is from standard. Okay. Okay, cin is the same way. You have to write cd standard colon colon. Scope operator you will use here. You will write cout standard cout. Okay, here you will write again std colon colon. Now run this code and you will not get any error. Okay, there is no error. Okay, even I'm not using this namespace standard. Okay, is it clear? This is a scope operator. It is telling this object cout or cin belongs to this class only. If you will not write how you can say this object is belongs to which class, so you have to mention. If you do not want to write this standard every time you will use this using namespace standard, it will consider you're using for the standard library, standard class. You're working in standard class. It will consider. If you do not want to write this line, you have to always mention this object is belongs to this class. This object is belongs to this class. So, is it clear? Now, if it is clear, let's see run one more code to see what happened in try and block, try and catch. Okay, I'm just writing the same code in this program. Okay, and name is I'm using now in 1 minute. Just again, do not write this. No problem. In try block, I just want to print a message. Cout, cout before exception. before exception, this message will print in try block. Okay. If the throw block run, there is no condition you passed, automatically this throw block will run. And after this, I just want to print after session. Okay. And in this block of line, I just want to write cast. Simply just write cast, and after this I just again standard class write cout. Thank you. Now I want to ask you how this code will run. You will give me okay. Now in this code, in try block, I just write before exception message, and just then after I just write throw keyword and accept throw an exception in the form 0. In the next line I just write after exception. The catch block, I just catch value of this what is thrown is 0 into variable x, which is integer, and after this this I want to print the message catched, and after the catch block I just write the message thank you. Okay. Which line of code will print or which line of code will not print? Unmute your mic and speak. Which line of code will not execute, will not print? Participant. Ajit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Which line of code will not print in this 4 line? Any idea?
Okay.
Kuman Singh, are you listening? Unmute your mic and speak. Which line of code will not print? When I execute this program, I have the 4 line which I can print before exception, after exception, caged, and thank you. Which line will not print? Okay, no problem. Anybody know the answer? Can unmute your mic and speak. If you know the answer, can unmute your mic and speak.
So before exception,
Before exception will not print. You want to say this line of code will not print. Anybody else? Swapnil Joshi? Anybody who knows the answer can unmute your mic and speak. Okay, so if you do not want to speak, let me explain again. Your try block will start, and this line of code will execute by default because there is no condition. It will execute. Okay, then throw keyword will fire. As you can see, there is a throw keyword. Whenever throw keyword fire, you jump to the catch block. Always, whenever throw keyword you find in your try block, your control will jump to the catch block. Okay, and the catch block will execute and it will print catched. After catch block execution, it will print the next line which is outside from catch block, which is thank you. This line of code after execution will skip. This line of code will not execute because it in try block you find throw keyword. Whenever you find throw keyword under try block, you directly jumps to the catch block. Let's run this code and see. Before run, let's compile and then run. Now you can see this line of code. Before exception, cached, and thank you. Just write after catch new line, so you can find easily. Okay. Now you can see 1 minute. First compile and run. Now you can see before exception execute, After this, you find throw keyword, so it will directly jump to the catch block, and catch block is printing cached, and after catch block, you just printing thank you message. Okay. So in this order, your code will execute. Okay. Again, I'm just repeating. In you just write try block. Under the try block, you write the code in which you can predict there is an error can occur. If error occur, you just write throw keyword and you say directly jump to the catch block and catch my error. Okay. So what message you write under the catch block, it will print directly as it is. And after the catch block, the next line of code will execute of your program. Okay. This is the simple mechanism how your try, throw, and catch keywords work for exception handling. Okay. Now see the thing. So the next program or the next concept I want to discuss in this discuss in the same program. I just write this code and this cout message I just print before exception and throw an error in the form of int. I'm just throwing an error in the form of int, means zero. I just pass zero or say any number you passed integer, and you're catching the same number in the form of int. Suppose you are catching this error in the form of char. Now you're throwing error in the form of int and catching in the form of character. Let's see what happened. So now terminating incident instance of int. Yeah, now is saying may terminated called after throwing an instance of int. It is not printing the catch block. Okay, in the catch block I just write cached. It is not print cached statement. It is just giving me problem. Your catch is int and you are throwing int value and catching character value. Suppose you are throwing a character, you are throwing a character and catching in the form of float. Again, now you're throwing error in the form of character and catching in the form of float. Now same, it will print instance of char. Means you have to always remember in which form you are throwing error. If you are throwing error in the form of int, you have to catch the form the same as int. If you're throwing error in the form of float, you have to catch the catch also in the float. If then the catch is also should be char. So how you can remember? So there is a one common way in which you can handle the catch is you just write three dots. It's general form. Now you throw error in any form, it will catch. I'm just again repeating. What was the rule? If you are throwing error in the form of int, you have to catch the same in int variable. If you are throwing an error in the form of float, you have to write the catch in the catch statement. You have to write catch float variable. Okay. So how can easy way to do this task? How you can remember always? So you just write three dots inside the catch block. It will catch all kind of throw statement, all kind of error. Your catch block can catch. Okay. Now let's run the code. Now it will not produce error. Okay. Now you can see your code is working correctly. Okay. Before exception, cached, and thank you. Okay. Now you just try some int number 12. Just throw integer variable and just catch in the form of three dots. Now let's compile and run, and again you can see it's not producing any error. This working smoothly. Let's pass some float value 4.5. Now compile and execute. Now again you can see your program is working correctly. Okay. So you can use this form of catching, or you can use the same int float character. Okay. This is the one way to catch throw and catch statement. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. We generally one minute. I will again just repeat this. Int, float, char be used for whenever in your code there's a number of error can occur. Means there's a multiple throws. So each throws there's corresponding should be catch statement. Int corresponding int catch, float corresponding float catch. So when you have more than one throw statement, you have to write the more than one catch statement correspondingly. If you are if you are handling in general form, in general way, the catch you can write the common catch statement in this form. Okay. Let's see one more example for this exception handling in class. In this program, we will not use any class. Let's see the class and constructor and destructor. In same program, I'm just writing this next program, but in this program I want to use class concept and constructor and destructor concept. So how you can create a class using class keyword class and give the name of your class, anything you can give. I'm just giving the test class. The name of my class is test, and enter this class. I want to create one constructor. So for creating the constructor, always your constructor and destructor should be in public area, public zone. Okay. Always, if you remember the concept of constructor and destructor, always your constructor and destructor is present in public area. So you just write public. In this public, I want to create a constructor. So always your constructor name should be the same as the class name. So I want to create a constructor test, and whenever I'm not pass any inputs to your constructor, it is default constructor. Here, as you can see, I'm not passing any parameter to this constructor. So this constructor test is a default constructor. This is constructor. Okay. When I write 2 times this slash means it's a comment. Okay. It will not execute. And this just want to print a message is I am constructor. You can write anything. I am constructor. Okay. This line of code will execute when your constructor will fire when you create any object of this class. When you create object of this class test, this constructor will fire and it will print I am constructor. When constructor fired, when you create object of that class. Okay. And how we can create a destructor of class? Always destructor name is same as the class name. So test, and always destructor has no parameter. Always destructor has no parameters. Okay. You cannot create a destructor with some parameter. Always your constructor has no parameter. Okay. And how you can differentiate? By using tilde operator. When you write tilde before the this test class name or destructor name, means test, this is a destructor. Okay. And again you can write you can print something under this destructor. I am destructor. Okay. When destructor fire, unmute your mic and speak. When destructor will fire or execute? When destructor will fire?
When program will end.
Okay, Urvasi, good. Thank you. Good. When your program is end or the block of code end in which you create object of that class. Okay. Whenever you create a class, constructor will fire. When end of your program or the block of code end, your destructor will fire. Okay, good. In this try block, I just want to, before exception, this line and create one. I want to create a object of this class test. Test is my class name. Okay. I want to create a object of this class test. OBJ created means this object creation. This whenever I write this line of code test OBJ means OBJ is an object of this class test. Okay. So OBJ, when OBJ object is created, this line of code will fire, this constructor will fire and it will print I am a constructor. Okay. Now, after creating a object, I want to throw error. Okay. So throw error, you just write in write the keyword throw and pass any value. Okay. In float character, because I have not mentioned anything because it's the general. Okay. You can even pass float or character, anything you whatever you are interested. After this, I will just want to print a next message after exception. Okay, and this catch block will execute. In this catch block, I want to just print the catch keyword and thank you. Okay, so my question is now, when constructor will fire or destructor will fire in this using try, catch and throw keywords. Okay, if you know the answer or if you can guess the answer, you can unmute your mic and speak. What I'm just asking, what is the output of this program? Which line of code will execute, which line of code will not execute, or and which order your program will execute. You have five line of this number of line of amount. Just speaking, this line can print I am constructor, I am destructor, before exception, after exception, cached, thank you. This line of code will print. My question is, what is the output of this program? Which line of code will execute and which line of code will not execute? If execute, then in which order your program will print this line of code? I'm asking to you. Please unmute and speak. If you can guess. If you do not know the answer, let me.
Can to print
Which line will not print? Please speak again.
after exception.
After
Exception will not execute. Okay. And every other every line will print. You can even write your answer in your chat box. Okay. And order also mention order also, in which order this line will execute or print. I just write the code. Just write the printed message. You just give me the order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. If nobody answered, I'm just let me explain the code. Your program will start from the main method. Try block will start, and this message will print. After exception is by default printed because there is no any condition. Okay. Before exception will print, and then your object will create test object. You are creating an object test. So whenever you create an object, your constructor will fire. Then it will print I am constructor. This line of code will execute. Then you throw an error. When you throw an error, means you are coming out from this block of code. Whenever you throw your program throw an error, you are coming out from this code and jump to catch block. Means this block of code is terminated. When your block of code is terminated, your destructor will fire. Your destructor will fire and it will print I am destructor. Then it is to the catch block and it will print catch statement, then thank you statement. Let's run this code and see the output. 1 minute. There is an error. Okay, I'm not using namespace standard. Okay, see name space standard. No, it will not produce error. Now you can see the answer. Before exception, I am constructor, I am destructor, caged, and thank you. So I just want to say that whenever throw execute from your program, this block of code will terminate automatically. It will not go after this throw statement. So means your block has been completed. When your block is completed, your destructor will fire. Okay. Okay, so this is all about exception. Exception is nothing but a way of handling the error. If you know or you can predict the error in some line of code, you can handle those error. Okay, using these three keywords: try, throw, and catch. Try is the block of code which in which you write the line of code which can throw the error. Throw is a keyword which fire when actual error is occurred and directly jump to the catch block, and catch block will catch those error and print the message. Okay, so this is all about exception. So from my side, all the topic has been covered from object oriented programming subject. If you have any doubt on any content, you can ask me anytime. You can contact me, or you can even if it is possible, you can come to the college and ask me personally. Okay, always I am available in the office or college. Okay, so please write the attendance in chat. Write C for cat in attendance, and if you do not have any still you do not have any doubt, you can leave the class. Write C for cat in chat box for attendance, or if you have any doubt, you can unmute your mic and speak. If you do not have any doubt, you can leave the class.